Okay, so I said this in my previous episode, but I think Tommy's line captured it the best.
Prepare for the worst, hope for the best.
Grab your popcorn, pour your drink of choice, and hit play. This is Pop, Pour, Play, where I talk about some of the hottest shows on screen. I'm Nichelle, and welcome to my podcast. What's up? Welcome to Pop, Pour, Play. And if you've checked out any of my other episodes, you'll know I take scripted TV way too seriously. But I had to drop this to talk about episode 2, The Last of Us season 2. I'm kind of at a loss for words here, even though I knew what was coming. But I definitely want to give my reaction of what happened. So, warning again, there's going to be spoilers.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
If this is your first time landing on my channel, please subscribe. I've got a lot of great content and I hope you enjoy it. And to my subscribers, much love for you. So, in this episode, we open up with Abby and her crew staying in this abandoned house that overlooks the community that Joel is at in Jackson, Wyoming. I'm still trying to figure out, how did they find them? I mean, it's been 5 years, yes, but the only people who knew Joel was looking for his brother was Tess and maybe the comms guy, if they stopped at the QZ in Boston. But also Joel didn't know where his brother was. So anyways, I'm not going to focus on that. The point is, she's there and we already know what her mission is. So in that opening, her and her friends are trying to figure out how they're going to lure Joel out or get past all of the security points, checkpoints, or fencing on this community. And it just so happens that the community is on high alert because there is some deceptive stuff going on out there. So you have infected that seem to be using other infected as a thermal blanket.
They're using their own dead like insulation.
First of all, my mind is blown because I'm like, what is the intelligence level of these infected? And are we still talking about runners or are we talking about stalkers? I don't know. I'm confused. Please, if you were part of the game or know more about how the infected in this world is operating, please drop it in the comments. So oddly enough, Abby encounters Joel after she's being chased by a large group of infected. And, oh my goodness, I usually tell myself don't eat during these shows because you never know what's going to happen. And I will say I was not prepared for the scene with one of the infected people trying to put their hand through this chain link fence and it's splitting open. Oh my gosh, I was like, damn! So what gets me here is I did say in my previous episode that if Abby was to be victorious in killing Joel, it needed to be believable. Was it believable for me? No. But it happened. So regardless of whether or not it was a believable situation, it did happen. And I just really hated that it was the latter. She gained his trust. I did think that it would take a little more time given how smart he is. And this is a post-apocalyptic time, but it took no time. She was able to lure Dina and Joel back to her house, or this house that her and her crew was staying in, under the pretense that they can help them fight or protect their community against this large group of infected.
We've got blankets, ammo. My sons can help you get back. We can fight.
That's where it happened. It happened. She did this long, stupid speech. I think the only thing she asked was, where was the last place you saw fireflies? Like, hello, what are we doing here? Why is that the most important thing? You think you might want to ask, why did you kill my father? Maybe give him a chance because he just saved your dumbass. No, she didn't. And on top of that, she wanted it to be slow and torturous, but your dad had a quick death. So what is the problem here? Like, I didn't understand why you want this to be slow and torturous. It just, anywho, I applaud Joel because he still went down like, do it already. Just shut up. All this talking you're doing and do it. Whatever.
I have waited
No,
so.
just shut the fuck up and do it already.
Yeah. It was not believable. Her crew's not believable. Just I'm so disgusted. And a part of the storyline is, of course, that Ellie was going to be present before his, I guess, final blow to actually kill him. And she was. And it happened to be that Joel and Dina were out on patrol. The community couldn't get a hold of them on the radio, so they reached out to Ellie, and I can't remember the character that was with her, his name, and of course, when Ellie heard that both her best friend and love interest and her quote unquote father figure they can't communicate with them, she went out to look for him, and she was alone when she found him, and he was not dead yet, beat up very badly. And then Abby in front of Ellie gave the final blow to kill Joel right in front of her. And then the crew left. They didn't leave before all of this bendejo kicked Abby in the stomach. Now, granted, she probably sliced him, but she was only defending herself, and she sees the person that she loves on the ground. So why are you getting mad at a girl? I think I want him to die first. I'm just gonna jump to it. I want them all to die, and probably that guy first, and then maybe take out these two and leave Abby and her boyfriend for last. Make Abby watch her boyfriend die and slow, torturous death. But anyways, what am I doing? Why am I plotting this out? So back to the community. Again, the infected are trying to overtake this community. They're able to breach the first layer, which is the wall. And that's where we see this big ass monster back. I'm like, okay, is this the same one that was coming out of the ground last time? Or do they have more than one? And the only thing I could think about was Lord of the Rings for some reason. And when they had those big orcs. But I will say, I was screaming at the TV the whole time that thing was about to come around the corner on Tommy, and Tommy was lighting it up. I just kept saying, what can kill this thing? What can kill this thing? Because we needed to die. So thankfully, we didn't lose Tommy in this episode. I could tell you that I love some power couple energy, and Tommy and Maria was definitely giving that. And kudos to them, because this is how you run a town. Everybody needs to be involved in a plan. So we have a town assembly. We are on high alert. Those with the special role to secure will use the larger guns, but everyone needs to have a weapon, or everyone needs to know where to run. That's tell your toddler, your 5-year-old to your 80-year-old.
So what do we bring? Guns. Everyone is carrying when we're on alert. Sidearms, rifles, take them with you. Keep them on you.
So I love that, because often people are like doing their own thing. They don't really tell people, or you have that stupid person like, what's going on? And you're like, why are you asking questions? You understand what this world's about. So they're not like hiding it from anyone, or they're not making it this falsehood of like, we're the safe community, try to live as normal. They add normalcy, but let's keep it real. This is what it is, and everyone needs to be involved. Love, love, love that. So, and I also will say that, it really doesn't matter how many drills you have, because some people, when you are not prepared for this type of situation, you are not prepared. And that's what these two guys showed. And I think you should always have a backup, because it's bound that somebody is going to run away from their post. And sure enough, these guys did. And shout out to the dogs. Oh, I love dogs. Grew up with dogs, love dogs. And This scene was so reminiscent to me with Halle Berry in John Wick when she had her two dogs. Woo, I thought that was some of the hottest scenes. And when I saw these dogs coming out, and I don't even know how many they had, I couldn't even count them anymore. But I was like, yes, let's bring out the attack dogs. That's what I'm talking about. This, see, Jackson Hole, Wyoming, like this community, yeah. Now, when you rebuild, let me just say this, when you rebuild, can you do an extra layer on that outer wall, or, you know, reinforce that level of security? Because yeah, we can't have no more big ass monsters just banging their way through. You guys might not survive another one of those. As much as I love you, you might not survive another one of those. So that was me going on a rant about how I felt about this episode and some of the things we've seen. The last part I will say is the crazy thing is how they're all connected. And in episode 1, when we saw that fungus was in the pipe, whatever that pipe was, maybe a sewage pipe or something, that when he exposed it, they knew where they were. I thought immediately about the upside down in Stranger Things.
Hey, watch out for the vines. Hive mind, remember?
And how there was all these, like, I guess, tentacles or whatever. They look like tubes or pipes. Not pipes, but they look like some type of tubing rope in the upside down that they had talked about. If you step on it, they're like, it's all attached. It kind of feeds to the main guy and he'll know where you are. But yeah, that's crazy that that's how it works. So now that they killed Joel and in front of Ellie, that's going to leave a mark for sure. Girl, you wasted, I don't know how long you were mad at him, but you wasted that time to spend and be with him, and now he's gone. So I know she's going to go through that grief. And yeah, after you're done with that grief, I mean, you know, write your hit list.
Joffrey, Cersei, Walder Frey.
Would you shut up?
I can't sleep until I say the names.
The names of every fucking person in Westeros.
Only the ones I'm going to kill.
And carry it out. That's what I would do. And I mean, carry it out. No one sees mercy. Not one person in that house sees mercy. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. So that's what I'm hoping and predicting that happens in the future. I know there's other characters to come into this. I know they're probably going to take the story away from Jackson Hole, and I can't wait to see what comes up next in what we probably have 7 more episodes. But I will say, you guys got to kill Abby. You guys got to kill Abby for me. Anywho, I love to know what you all thought about this episode. Were you impacted by Joel's death? Had you watched enough of these videos and or read anything that you knew what was coming to save you from the emotional trauma? I don't know. Tell me in the comments, and I might be dropping another video because I will have a conversation with my brother-in-law who was also excited about this episode. So I hope to catch you guys next time.